Most e-commerce owners think they need more traffic, but think again, because you probably are already paying for traffic, but you're letting so many people slip through the cracks because you haven't set up your retargeting properly. And we're gonna fix that in this video. My name is Magdalena. For the ones who are new around here, I've been running Pinterest ads for e-commerce over the last 5 years and worked with a bunch of different niches, all the way from garden tools for men to cremation urns and women's fashion. So over the last couple of years, I have seen a couple of different Pinterest ads funnels that have been working very well. And a very important part of all the funnels that we would set up in Pinterest is actually the portion where you're retargeting. When running ads, everybody is always thinking about targeting the right people, connecting with people, and obviously that is really important. But then you are missing out on such a big portion of your audience that is already showing interest in your brand, but they are just not ready to buy yet. And honestly, that is probably the biggest part of your audience because nowadays people need more than one click in general to actually make that move into a purchase. So if you haven't set up your retargeting campaigns, now is the time, especially with Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and the holidays coming around, because people are going to do some big shopping and you want to be sure that you are showing up to those people over and over again and staying top of mind. There's different ways in Pinterest that you can actually retarget. And what I see very often is that people create audiences and they retarget their site visitors, they retarget the people who added to cart, maybe the people who checked out, upload their email list, and this is all great. And seriously, like this is a really great step, and retargeting those audiences is gonna bring you so much profit. But you are missing out on a very important audience on Pinterest, and that is the engaged audience. So these are people who are showing interest in the pins, and you can make these audiences as specific as you want, where you are actually only targeting people who clicked on a certain ad, or maybe you're only targeting people who interacted with a certain campaign, or you want to retarget all the people who interacted with all the pins on your complete account. If you are reconnecting with those people, you are not only like reconnecting with people who shown interest in your product, but you're also pushing those people who are on Pinterest or in exploration phase looking for inspiration. And then they see your product, think, oh, this is something that is awesome down the line. I'll just put it on my mood board and they're going to save it. And if you retarget those people as well over and over again, you're going to stay top of mind. So when they're ready to purchase that product, you're going to be the one they're thinking of. And your product only has to pop up at the right time, which you want to do using high intent keywords. And then you're going to get the sale. So it is so powerful to actually use those engaged audiences. And besides it being really powerful, on average, I see with my clients that we actually have a higher average order value, a higher ROAS, and a way lower cost per acquisition for this audience when we're retargeting them. Okay, so if you're setting up those retargeting campaigns, you want to keep in mind that you are not targeting people who are using specific terms in the search bar. Your ad is showing up in front of people who've already shown interest in that pin or in the pins that you have on your Pinterest account in general. And or who visited your site, checked out whatever audience you have created to retarget. But the thing is, now you're not showing up in that moment of search intent. You're not showing up in that moment when people are actually coming to Pinterest to do the purchase. They're coming to Pinterest to scroll or look for something, and your pin is also going to show up. And this is why it's so important to have a slightly different message when you're retargeting. You can actually push a little more for that sale. Add a CTA to your pin. Make sure that the first 40 characters of your title are really enticing and showing something. Choose the right call to action when you're uploading your pin in the pin uploading section. These are all factors that will help when you're retargeting people to just give them the nudge to actually do the sale, because they're not showing that search intent and they're not showing they're actually in that mood for purchasing, but it doesn't mean they aren't ready to buy whenever they're seeing your ad. But you're gonna have to approach them in a different way because they're not looking for your product actively at this moment. Another great benefit of setting up retargeting campaigns is that you can actually set up dynamic retargeting. And this means that if a person is on Facebook or clicks on your Google ad and they land on your website, and the Pinterest tag is actually recognizing this person by, I don't know, their IP address or their email or something hashed, that is actually signaling to Pinterest, like, hey, this person is also on Pinterest. You can show your retargeting ads to these people because they've already shown interest in our website, they've already visited our site, if they've already done a checkout. And setting up dynamic retargeting will really help you create this omnipresence where, because you can also do this on Google, and I know you can also do this on Meta, but this will really create that omnipresence where you're always showing up. So you really stay top of mind. But at the same time, using these kind of features will really bring down the cost per acquisition or the cost per acquired customer. And this is so important because there is so little control you have over the number of, like, your CPA or your CAC, basically, because you're basically at the mercy of your ads platform. How well the targeting is, if it's showing it to the right people, but also how much competition you're having over there. And if it's really crowded, if you have competitors with a very big budget. So this little way of having control, a little bit of control, and trying to keep that cost per acquisition a little more down, like lower, that is really a powerful tool. And also, it is just awesome to be omnipresent because it so helps you with the brand awareness. If you hadn't set up your retargeting campaigns, go run to your Pinterest ads dashboard and actually set those up, because I see so many people missing out on this opportunity, and so many people not really understanding why their Pinterest ads are not working and they haven't even tried retargeting yet. So honestly, I think if you haven't tried retargeting yet, you cannot say you've really tried running the ads, if I'm being honest. But now that you know that this is a really great fix, also to catch those people who abandon their cart and who you cannot catch with the email sequence, there are so many reasons why you want to set up your retargeting, and it's such a powerful tool. I think I've made my point here. So in the next video, we're going to do a big overview, walk through how all the data and all the terms, like how they connect with each other, and how you can actually fix stuff to make sure that your whole ecosystem really flows together and you have a very strong marketing, like paid advertising platform, and to make sure that you're actually making the most of all your paid advertising, not only your Pinterest ads, but also your other paid ads. I'll catch you in the next one.